Hi everyone, this is Teacher Raziya from the Wave Private School. This topic is for grade 2, chapter number 5, addition and subtraction. Today we are going to learn subtraction with regrouping. After this lesson, you will be able to subtract two-digit numbers with regrouping. Hey, look at this sports shop. There are so many sport items available here. Let's learn to subtract two-digit numbers with regrouping here with these sport items. Look, Peter is here to buy some hockey sticks. There are 61 hockey sticks with the shopkeeper, Mr. Wilson. Peter bought 12 hockey sticks. How many hockey sticks are left with Mr. Wilson? Now, as you know, instead of counting the hockey sticks, we can directly subtract the numbers 61 and 12. Let's look at the process of subtraction of these numbers. Step 1. Write the numbers according to their place values, that is ones and tens place. We need to subtract the number 61 and the number 12. Step 2. Subtract the ones first. Here we need to take 2 from 1. We have 1 hockey sticks. But we cannot take 2 from 1. So we must regroup the number 61. Let's see how to regroup 61. Let's just think about the number 61 for a minute. 61 means 6 tens and 1 ones. Remember the place value column. I repeat, 61 means 6 tens and 1 ones. Put 61 in expanded form. That is, 61 equals 60 plus 1. We can borrow 10 from the 60 and give it to the 1 and still have 61. Let's see how. As in the expanded form, we can write 61 as 60 plus 1. Now, borrow 110 from 60. 60 means 6 tens. So, borrow 110 from 610. It becomes 5 tens, that is 50. And give the 110 that we take from 610. Give it to the number 1. And it becomes 110 plus 1. That is 10 plus 1 equals 11. Here we have 60 plus 1 equals 61. Also, we borrow 110 from 60, it becomes 50. And we give that 10 to the number 1 and it becomes 11. So, 50 plus 11 is also equals 61. We'll go back to the problem. Our first step is write the number according to their place values. That is in ones column and in tens column. We need to subtract 61 minus 12. Borrow 110 from 6 and it becomes 5. Write it in the tens column. Next, give the 110 to the number 1 to make it 110 plus 1, that is 11. Write it in the ones column. Now, subtract 11 minus 2 to get 9 ones and write it in the ones column. And next, subtract 5 minus 1. 510 minus 110. We get 4 tens. Write it in the tens column. So we get the answer as 49. That is 61 minus 12 equals to 49. Thus, there are 49 hockey sticks left with Mr. Wilson. Look, Anu has come to buy some tennis balls. There are 54 tennis balls. Anu bought 19 tennis balls. How many tennis balls are left with Mr. Wilson? We have to subtract 19 from 54 to get the answer. Our first step is we write the numbers as per their place values in ones column and in tens column. We need to write the number 54 first and we need to subtract 19 from the number 54. But we cannot subtract 9 from 4. We cannot take 9 from 4. So we must regroup the number 54. Let us see how. We need to subtract 54 minus 19. 5 tens. Here we have 5 tens equals 4 tens plus 1 10. 5 tens equals 4 tens plus 1 10. Borrow 1 10 from 5 and it becomes, the number 5 becomes 4 and write it in the tens column. And give the 110 to the number 4, that is 110 plus 4. 10 plus 4 equals 14. Write it in the ones column. Now subtract the number 9 from the number 14, that is 9 ones minus 14 ones gives 5 ones. Write it in the ones column. Next, go to the tens column. Subtract 110 from the 4 tens gives 3 tens. Write it in the tens column. So we get the answer 35. That is 54 minus 19 is equal to 35. Thus, there are 35 tennis balls left with Mr. Wilson. Who is here? This is Tarun. Anu's friend. He has come to buy some bats. There are 24 bats with Mr. Wilson. Tarun bought 17 bats. How many bats are left with Mr. Wilson? Let's find the answer. For that, we need to subtract 17 from 24. First, we write the numbers in the place value table, in the ones column and in the tens column. Here, we need to subtract. So, 24 minus 17. But we cannot take 7 from 4. So, we must need to regroup the number 24. First, we need to write the numbers in the place value table. Let us see how to regroup the numbers. In the tens column, we have two tens. Take 1 10 from the two tens. Becomes 1 tens. Write it in the tens column. Give the 1 10 we take from here. Give it to the number 4. That is 1 10 plus 4. That is 10 plus 4 equals 14. Write it in the ones column. Now, subtract 7 ones from 14 ones gives 7 ones. Write it in the ones column. And subtract 1 tens from the 1 10. That is 1 minus 1 equals 0 tens. So we get the answer 7. Thus 24 minus 17 equals to 7. Thus there are 7 bats left with Mr. Wilson. Hope you had the fun learning at the sports shop. If you want to find the difference of two numbers, first think of the 3 B's that are bigger on the bottom. You must borrow. That means if the number in the bottom is bigger than the number in up, we need to regroup the number. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.